Morning yogis, just begin lying down or seated. And a lovely practice for Friday, starting your weekend. Take a few breaths and let's just root ourselves into earth, into Mother Earth. How are you feeling right this moment? How did you wake up feeling? And has your feeling shifted with anything that has happened just in the few hours that perhaps we've been awake? Tune in. Just observe without needing or feeling like you have to change it. If you're feeling a bit low, then observe. If you're quite uplifted, enjoying that feeling. And let's check in with the chakras. Start at root, Muladhara, beautiful red at the base of our spine. Our place on earth and how we deserve this place and feeling safe and secure within our lives. There are times when we don't feel safe and secure. Little things might worry us. Might not be a feeling all the time, but just noticing these little wobbles that we get sometimes. And then your sacral, Svadhisthana, lovely orange below the navel. How's your lower back and the lower part of our digestive system today? Tuning into what you're passionate about, what brings you joy. And then solar plexus above the navel, lovely sunny yellow energy here, linked with our upper digestive system and our confidence. Now and then things will shake our confidence a little bit. Other people's opinions and thoughts come in and we challenge ourselves and doubt whether we're worthy or, can do something. Trying to put that aside when we know actually our essence is that we can and we are capable. Finding that confidence. Heart center, Anahata. Tuning into that lovely feeling of being able to give love and receive love. What we want to attract in our lives, we have to give out. So if we want to be loved unconditionally, we have to give out love unconditionally to strangers and all people that we know. Our throat center, communication. If we want to hear lovely things said to us, then we must share lovely things as well. And third eye, our intuition. Are we following it? I know sometimes I don't, and I know I haven't. And then other times I know I'm completely in tune. And then our crown, that connection to source. When we're feeling good, when we just have that good feeling, and we all know that, we're connected to source. We're in alignment with the vibration of the universal mind of intention. When we're not feeling good, we're out of alignment. So anything we can do to come back to that good feeling, then we know our life is in alignment, it's going in the right direction, and whatever we're attracting into life will come. It's difficult, but it's a thing that's worth being conscious about. So just draw that breath back in, come back into the body, and we're going to start with our stretches. If you're seated, just lie down. And then when on the next in-breath, taking that right arm up and over and lifting toes, come into a flexed position. Lovely stretch here, lowering the hip and really creating space in the waist. Lovely stretch. And then pointing the toes and enjoying how it feels in the calf muscle and the thigh. And on the exhale, arm down. Palms up in Shavasana. Just let everything go soft for a moment where we have just been in tension. And then left side, inhale, bring the toes up, flex the foot. And a lovely stretch here, just feeling the muscles that we have in our body, feeling that activation. And point the toes left side, Ida. And relax, arm down. Palms up for a moment. Just let everything go soft for a breath. And then inhale, both arms up and over. That lovely feeling like that first stretch in the morning. Really enjoying what we're noticing in our body, through the back of our body, backs of our legs, tops of our legs, and ankles, just going backwards and forwards with the feet. When you're ready, just exhale, arms down, and just notice that difference in feeling a little bit more tingly and alive in our body. So when you're ready, drawing that right knee into chest and a deep breath. Exhale as we come up. And really follow as your chest drops and the belly drops and all the breath leaves the body. When you're ready, breathe in and come down. Take your left leg in, same again, deeper inhale. And then as you come up, exhale. Follow the whole journey of the breath leaving the body and holding that breath out for a moment. And then inhale down. And then third time, just notice if you want to hold the breath out a little bit longer on this third go. So deep inhale. Exhale coming up. Conscious of the breath leaving the body, holding the breath out, belly is fallen to your spine. And inhale when you're ready, come down. It's nice to play with that. Just rock on your spine for a moment. Notice if some days you can be really quite long with holding that external retention out, or other days you think, oh no, I really need to breathe in again. So just observe the reaction each time. Okay, gently coming up, we're going to work through Paramuktasana 1, warm up. So drawing your meditation cushions to you just so that you can be comfortable as we work upper body. I love this little warm-up sequence. It's so easy to remember. We can't forget it. But it just allows us to have a few minutes with our body, communing with different areas, noticing what comes through our minds. So let's draw hands to Chin Mudra. Take a breath, root down again, close the eyes ever so softly. Don't tighten around the eyes, really keep the muscles loose. And then when you're ready, taking chin to chest. And enjoy that stretch. If you're like me, this is a stretch that I really notice. Just simply dropping the head and how much tension there is in the neck and the shoulders. And then taking chin up. Lovely, gentle, fluid movement and noticing everything that you feel as we just move this part of the spine in the opposite direction and then coming down again. Noticing any noises that you hear and that lovely stretch over the shoulder blades and down the back. Relax the shoulders. Notice if you just end up moving them a few millimeters, softening them. Once more up. And then coming back to center. And then as we take the head right, the stretch through the left side of the neck, where do you feel it most? Is it through the neck or tops of the shoulders? And then same as we take the head the other way. Where do you feel the stretch? It's really interesting to know how your body feels. Take the head to the other side again. And once more left. And coming center. And then gazing over the right shoulder. Trying to keep the shoulders level without turning them and just moving the neck. Notice if your breath has become quite shallow in the chest or whether you're still breathing deeply to the belly. All these other things that go unnoticed when we concentrate on one area. And then returning to center, take the chin down and a full rotation of the head all the way around. Just once in each direction. Where do you feel any muscles gently pulling? Being lovely and curious of your body. When you're ready, taking the hands out in front of you and then thumbs in, thumbs out. How do your fingers feel today? Is this loosening them up? Were they a bit stiff to start with? And then wrists, palms up and down. Observing where you feel sensation, whether it reaches up to your elbows or not. And then round. And the other way. Palms up, deep breath in. Exhale. And just tuning into that elbow joint. How does it feel? And then elbows together and round. Let's enjoy this lovely movement. Notice how much your body moves when you do this. Sometimes you might find that your spine does move a little bit. And another way. Feels good. Loosening whatever tight tension there is here. And relaxing. Coming off cushions, just pop them aside. Extending legs in front of you. And then spreading toes, curling, open and curl. Pointing, flex. And then one over the other, gently rotating. Enjoying our feet. They take us where we want in life, don't they? Our feet. Other side. I like these movements that we do because they just bring us into a state of gratitude. Gratitude for each little joint that we're moving. All the blood flow that flows through our veins in our body. It keeps our mind and brain working and our heart beating. Just moments of gratitude. So let's bend the right leg, hands under the thigh, and tuning into our knees this morning. And hip. Hoping for happy hips. And just other way. Lovely. Left leg, so knee and then hip. Thank you for happy, healthy knees. Thanking for good hips. When you're in a state of gratitude, you can't be negative. It's one thing that is always, if you're in a bit of a negative mood or your vibration is low, get into a state of gratitude because it will shift. Let's come into butterfly. Just take a moment, soften forwards. Notice how you're feeling in your body today. We do this pose often and you might find that there's a bit more tension in your lower back than you're normally aware of, or it feels quite nice and refreshing through the hips. Just what are you noticing in this particular moment? Just rest the head forward. Try and just sort of curl into the shoulders. This isn't a structured pose, just a soft stretch. Deep breaths. And then just gently coming up. Let's come to standing. We're going to begin with Earth Sequence, a lovely rooting practice and wonderful for our heart energy. If there was ever just a sequence that you wanted to do every day, I would say this is such a beautiful one because you don't have to have loads of energy like you might feel like you need for sun salutation. But Earth Sequence is just that lovely way of of feeling good emotionally, but also just moving the body gently. So coming to the left side of your mat and then drawing your fingers and thumb into a diamond. And as we inhale, bring the arms up. Gaze through that diamond, and we're going to slowly move through this one. Make it almost meditative. And let's just challenge ourselves to really try and find the beginning and the end of each breath. And be consciously aware of it as well. We're so used to breathing unconsciously that to actually follow it for any length of time, we actually have to concentrate. Feel the breath in your belly. One more. And just feeling light through your fingertips, relaxed in your shoulders, right foot to side. Try not to speed up. Go with the breath. And a full exhale as we come down. Pause at the end if the breath is still coming out of the body. Inhale. Top of the breath as the arms come to the top. Exhale. Feel the breath in the belly and the chest. Release. Full breath. And exhale. One more. Notice the breath as it comes into your nostrils and leaves the nostrils. At the top of the breath here, we turn. Inhale. And then on the exhale, we lean. Think about what you want to intend into your life today. And as we move the hands to chest, it is that action of receiving and then palms away, giving. If we want to be spoken to nicely, we must speak nicely to others. Other side, inhaling to heart. It's an interesting thing to observe, the law of attraction. And just doing these movements where the arms come in and out, it reminds us to balance whatever we desire for, whatever we can also give. And folding forward on this movement, just trying to release whatever you want to let go of. Have a moment here, bend into the knees gently if you need to, especially if the lower spine is tender. Inhale when you're ready to come up. On this particular move, I find it quite interesting to observe any breath, external retention here. As we exhale, come forwards. And that external kumbhaka that we hold might come very naturally. And then depending where you are, just bring right foot to left. Hold hands to heart center. And just notice how peaceful you feel, how connected and rooted you feel, and how open in the heart chakra you feel as well. When you bring conscious awareness to these sequences, rather than just going through the motions, they feel so emotionally different. Just take a moment, let's come to Shavasana. And although that was so gentle and quite an easy sequence to do, just notice how it has affected your vibration and your energy. Very calm, very centered. The heart feels open, perhaps a little bit more. And just enjoy a breath or two here. And when you're ready, let's draw knees in. We're going to come into bridge and do a few different variations within bridge pose. Great for solar plexus and strengthening through our back. Just enjoy a little massage on your back before we bring the feet to the buttocks now. So close to the buttocks and about hip distance apart, and that palms facing down at the side of the body. We're going to do the bridge where we come up in phases and then come onto the shoulders. So the first one, just a simple lift up, engage abdominal muscles, pulling on that pelvic diaphragm as well. So just being aware, breathe in, push through the heels, coming up, nice soft one. I always like this first soft one because it allows us to think about the placement of our feet and whether the evenness through the feet needs correcting. Notice how your knees feel, engage in your buttocks, feel strong through your back. And take a lovely inhale. As we exhale, just simply going to roll down. Keep the tailbone curled under. We're still active in the lower part of the body as we roll the spine down. And then finally that lumbar and tailbone release, and we loosen the muscles here. Just gently feeling that soft engagement. So gently coming up again, engage, come up, bring your shoulder blades together to the spine and really lift your chest a little bit more here. Let's bring hands together underneath the body and really notice what's happened to your feet, whether the weight has gone into the outer edges or whether you can even the feet on the inner edges. We're going to take 2 breaths here. On that second breath, as we exhale, part the shoulders, part the arms, gently roll down, feeling lovely and strong in your body. Roll yourself down really gently. There's a lovely balance between being active and soft and passive with these poses. Have a moment, and we're going to do that again. What we're going to do is bring the feet into the center and lift alternate legs just for a moment. So when you're ready, inhale, lifting up. Bring shoulders together. And you can bring hands together if you wish, or you're comfortable with the hands on the mat, you can. Let's wriggle the left foot more to center and bring that right leg up. And then swap feet. Bring the left leg up. And then replace the feet evenly. Just have a moment just to correct into the posture. And then when you're ready, exhale, rolling down. Nice and slowly. And enjoying how your body feels. Take Shavasana and observe the feeling through your legs. Just turn the palms up. Let the feet flop to the side and just relax. Deep breath. And then draw the knees in. Rock on your back. Nice to massage the spine and the digestive system in this little movement. So we're going to come into a twist, but a little bit different from what we normally do. Extend the legs back down to the mat and keep the right leg straight. Just bend your left knee. You can bring your arms out level with the shoulders if you've got the room to. And then we're going to bring the left leg over the right. You can either sort of rest the foot around the knee area or lift it away and come up, but literally just rolling the whole body over towards the right hand side. You can gaze left if that's comfortable in the neck for you. You might find that the knee doesn't come down. Mine is hovering kind of in the air. You might want to rest your foot just gently sort of around the thigh, just softly. And just breathing into this. Notice if your buttocks are tight or if you're tight in the lower back. See if you can just gently release there. And then when you're ready, let's just roll ourselves back into neutral. Just have a breath here. You might want to lift the body, place your body back down. Extend your legs out and just observe with a breath or two how that felt to twist. And then let's go into the other side. So the left leg will remain straight. We're going to bend the right knee and either lifting the leg away from the mat or keeping it sort of near the knee. Then let's twist into the other direction. And depending on how your body feels today, just go as far or into this as you need to. Your shoulder may lift away from the mat, that's okay. Again, try and relax your buttocks and thighs. There'll be a little bit of an engagement holding the pose in place, but you don't need to be overly tense here. And in deep breaths. If you want to use your left hand to put onto your knee and just give it a little bit of a nudge, then that can feel quite nice too. Just to support the posture. And then when you're ready, let's just unwind ever so slowly. When we come out of a twist, it's always important just to let the spine just settle back into its normal shape. Have a moment here. Take a breath. And just in this time that we have a breath or two, tune into what you're feeling. Does it feel very nourishing around this sort of midriff, this solar plexus and sacral area of the body? How does it feel in the spine? Do you feel like you needed that this morning? So draw knees in. Have a little rock. And from here we can come into happy baby. Lovely hip opener. So drawing the tops of the feet to face the ceiling. And if you can bring the fingers onto the soles of the foot, great. If not, you can't reach, then either around the shins, or if that's uncomfortable, you can always put your hands on the backs of your thighs, sort of behind your knees. So whatever feels right. And if you want to rock gently like a happy baby, then you can. Notice how tense you are here, especially around the top hip flexors, and whether there is the ability to just sort of relax a bit and surrender to the feeling of this pose. Take some deep abdominal breaths. And then gently draw knees into chest. Have a little hug, rock, just uncurl the lower part of the spine. And we're going to roll up to a standing position. Let's do our little flow of Trikonasana and warriors. So working into root chakra and our legs, but also bringing the body into that lovely side stretch as well. Begin with feet about a leg length apart. We're going to lift our body. As we do this, have that feeling of upliftment. So not just a physical feeling, but just feel good, lifted through the body. And then rotate the hands and arms so the biceps feel quite nice and activated as well. Returning hands to hips. We turn the left foot in and the right foot out. Hips swing back so we're level. And then coming down with that right arm. And then taking that left arm up. Lovely Trikonasana pose. Great for gallbladder because that zigzags on the outside of our body, that meridian. Looking up. If you're comfortable to do that through the neck. Take a few deep breaths here. Feel joyful. Feel confident and brave. And then gently we're going to come up. Let's wriggle our front foot forward or our back foot back. Just create a bit more space through the feet as we bend and lunge into Warrior Two. Virabhadrasana 2. And again, just sink yourself into this. How do you feel? Lower the shoulders, drop the shoulders. If the body leans forward like this, just bring yourself upright. And when you look down at your toes, you should be able to see your big toe, but not your little toes, because the knee is covering that view. And then Parsvakonasana. Lovely stretch. Try and be active here and feel that gorgeous length through the side of our body. And we're going to just come up into reverse warrior. Bring the back hand to your thigh. And the hand is up and you're gazing at the palm. And we're just going to kind of do a little bit of a dance here. So almost to Parsvakonasana. And then back to Sun Warrior. And again, just gentle movement. Bit like ballerina arms. And then back to Warrior Two. So just a gentle movement while we hold this strong pose. We're going to come to the other side into Trikonasana. So straighten that front leg. And gently come down. Notice how it feels. Any twinges, be gentle. Open up that top shoulder. And gently come up. We should have the space already between our feet to come into Warrior Two, but if you just need to adjust your feet a bit more, take a nice deep breath. Let's sink into this one. How low can we go? Gazing at the front, middle finger. Parsvakonasana. Feeling strong through our legs. Make sure that back leg is lovely and engaged and not sort of kinking at the knee and wibbly wobbly. Let's come back to Sun Warrior. And do a little bit of a dance through. Back to Sun Warrior. How steady and strong do you feel in your legs? Nice and grounded and rooted. And coming back to Warrior Two. Lovely. Let's forward face our feet. And let's clasp our elbows just as we come into a nice rest. Fold forwards. Bend your knees if you need to as you come forward, especially for the lower back or any tension through the backs of your legs. Let's dangle here for a moment. Nice deep breath. And drop the hands to the mat. We're going to walk the feet in. And then roll up. Rolling shoulders. Come onto all fours. From cat-cow, we're going to come up into down dog and then work into one-legged down dog. So just begin here. Let's flex the spine a few times, ground the hands, ground the tops of the feet. And as we exhale, we arch up. And as we inhale, belly drops. Notice if there is a gentle pause between the breaths. And then when you're ready, come to neutral spine again. Turning the back toes under, and you might want to bring the hands a little bit further forward, push up into down dog, and just adjust your feet wherever you need them to be. In this pose, ground the base of your fingers and ground the base of the palm. Tailbone is really lifted up here. And so we're going to bring the right leg up into one-legged down dog. Turn that right hip up towards the ceiling so that you can start to gaze underneath the right upper arm. And then we're going to draw that knee in towards the nose. And then come up again, one-legged down dog. Gently replace the foot down. Other side, so raising the left leg. Turn that hip upwards, open up the body. Draw that knee in towards the nose. And once more up again. Feeling strong through the arms. And then just placing that foot back down. Come back down onto knees. Rest back into Hatha Fri. Take the knees wide if you want to. Dropping the forehead down and the belly to mat. And in this pose, what I'd quite like you to do is creep your fingers forward so that the arms are fairly rigid and lifted off the mat. And you can feel your shoulder blades pulling apart. Nice deep breaths. And then you can just let the arms soften and relax. The elbows can come to the mat, relax into the shoulders. And then just gently lift the head up. Come and just lean onto your elbows for a moment, just as we lift the head and we don't get any dizziness. We're going to come into dolphin. So still on our knees. So it's dolphins, a bit like down dog, but just sort of on the elbows. Turn your back toes under. And I like to kind of clasp the hands together. The elbows are underneath my shoulders. And we're just going to lift up into dolphin pose. And inhale, bring the chin over the hands. Exhale, draw the head back. We're going to do it twice more, just coming over the hands, strong shoulders. And one more time. Gently lower the knees down. And come back into Balasana, child's pose. So bring the hands back to the feet and drop the head down. If you need to take the knees a bit wider, you can. Otherwise, just relaxing here. This is a deep compression. Take some deep breaths. And gently we can start to lift our head. Take a breath. Especially whenever you lift your head off of the mat from being so low down, just notice if there's any dizziness. Turn your toes under just for a nice little stretch through the plantar of our feet, just being aware of this sensation on its own. And then just release those toes. We're going to bring the forehead down to the mat and just do a couple of crown rolls. Stimulating our Ajna third eye and our crown. So inhale, roll up to crown. Exhale, roll back to the third eye. 2 more. We'll just do 3 in total. And enjoy how kind of stimulating that is. From forehead to crown. 1 more. Lift the head slowly. And then just come back into Shavasana. Relax. We're going to come into fish pose in a moment, because without knowing it, we've then worked through all of the chakras with earth sequence, root and heart. With bridge pose and twists, we've come into sacral and solar plexus. Warrior poses are solar plexus and root. Fish works our heart and throat, and the crown rolls our third eye and crown. So when you're ready, bring the knees in for a moment if you want to, because it's always nice just to sort of rock between poses. And as you extend your legs to the mat, we're going to bring the palms of the hand to face the mat, and we're going to sit on the backs of our hands as we tuck them underneath the buttocks. We're going to shuffle the shoulders and upper arms underneath the body. If you've got issues in the neck, being quite gentle with this pose and just looking towards your feet. But if you can, when you're ready, breathe in and come up, bend at your elbows and gaze at your feet. Stay here if this is comfortable, but if you want to, just take the head back now. This opens our heart, it opens our throat. Just try to encourage the chest to lift. We won't hold it too long. This is strength building in the arms and the shoulders. Be mindful of your lower back. Take 2 more deep breaths. When you're ready, lift your head, gaze at your toes, and then roll the body down. Release the hands, come into Shavasana. And just have a moment to tune in particularly to your throat chakra and your heart center. Notice if you feel any subtle body energy just slightly shifting or moving here. And then just draw our legs in. We're going to come to seated for some breathing before we lie down for relaxation. So rolling up when you're ready, come into a nice comfortable position on a meditation cushion. I'd like to do Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breath, because it is just so very, very calming for the nervous system, for the left and the right side of our bodies, and balancing the energies from both sides. We can often be far more in our feminine or far more in our masculine energy from time to time. So taking the backs of the hands to the thighs, close the right hand, close your eyes, and just breathe with the left hand open. Tune into Ida Nadi and whether it feels blocked or if it's open. And then close the left hand, open the right. Let's tune into Pingala Nadi. Notice if there's any resistance in the breath here. Close the right hand, open the left, and we'll begin. So breathing in, left. Close the hand, open the right, exhale. With the right hand open, inhale. And at the top of that breath, close the hand, open the left, exhale. Try and find the ends of the breath before you move the hands to open and closed. In the left, out the right. In the right, out the left. Carry on. Relax everything. Let the breath deepen. Feel the breath in the belly and the chest. Try and relax every muscle in your face. We're going to do one more round. When you end on the left hand, just relax now into Shavasana, or remain seated, whatever feels right for you. Come into relaxation. And that was probably only 2 minutes of Nadi Shodhana. But knowing that that's enough sometimes just to feel very peaceful. Gently relax. Relax your toes. Relax the top and the sole of your foot. Relax your ankles and your shins and calves. Relax the tops and the backs of your knees and the tops and backs of your thighs. Both of your hips and the pelvis. Relaxing the muscles in your buttocks and your lower back, your mid-back and your upper back, and the whole length of the spine. Relax the muscles in your abdomen and the sides of your waist. And relaxing the chest and noticing how the rib cage just moves easily as you breathe. Relax any tension in your shoulders and your arms, all the way down to wrists and hands. And just allowing the fingers to curl without tension. Relax the tops of your shoulders, the sides of your neck, the back of your neck and your throat. And loosen the jaw. Relax the chin, your cheeks and all facial muscles. Lips are loose and relaxed. Eyes are soft and relaxed. The forehead is relaxed. Your whole head is relaxed. From head to toe. With every out-breath you take now, your body relaxes even more. You are allowed to be relaxed. You're breathing easily. And I would like to draw your awareness to the idea and to the remembering that your body can be completely well. When we return to source energy, the divine, whatever energy you consider to be universal energy, tune into that vibration and affirm that you are well. You are restored to wellness. Putting that thought out into the universe attracts that vibration of wellness. It might encourage us to do certain activities or eat well, but just being in an alignment with complete wellness. Affirm that all the time. I am always well. Don't even entertain the idea of dis-ease or illness. You are always well, mind and body. The innate wisdom of our body, if we cut ourselves, it will heal. We get a little scab and that falls off and we are healed. When we bruise ourselves, our body has that innate wisdom to heal eventually. And having that faith that everything can heal, given the right situation. So just using this time to remember a time when you felt completely well. Perhaps it's now. And just being in that space of total wellness. Gently when you're ready, just bring your mind back to where you are in your room. And just take a few moments to begin now to wiggle the body, fingers and toes, gently stretching, just returning to your day. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling, physically, mentally, emotionally, and also spiritually, because yoga touches all of these areas when we practice. Enjoy a few deep breaths and a lovely sigh. And in your own time, rolling up to seated, we will chant 3 Oms. So resting your hands to Chin Mudra. Have a moment to ground yet again down into the earth. And then take a deep breath in. Drawing hands together, rubbing the palms. And then warm palms over the eyes. As you gently blink, you can part the fingers and let the light through. And draw the hands gently down to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.